Hey guys, today I'm going to be replacing the door actuator on this 2006 Honda Accord. So as you can see, when I press the unlock on the key fob, it does not move up and down. And even as I press the unlock and lock button, the lock doesn't go up and down. Sometimes it'll intermittently working. See, as you can see, it goes up but it doesn't want to go up all the way to unlock. You know that there's electricity going in, but the lock itself is not working. The actuator itself is not unlocking and locking. These are the tools that you will need. It's a Phillips screwdriver, 10mm socket, a smaller Phillips screwdriver, a pick, and a plastic trim pry tool. So inside the box is the door actuator. Make sure you get the correct one. It's on the passenger side. There is also the driver's side, so make sure when you buy it, it's on the correct side, not the wrong side. Part number for the passenger side is right here, X002V137HZ. I'll also leave the part link in the description box as well. First, you're going to need a pick to remove this cover, and in the back of the cover is 2 Phillips screws, and then also remove this cover right here, and there will be 1 Phillips screw down here. To remove this cover, as you can see, there's a hole in here. You could just dig into it and then you just pry it out. Now for this cover, just take it off and you can see the screw down there. Now get your screwdriver and remove the screws. Next, get your plastic trim pry tool and pry it all around the door panel. Also, don't forget to remove this trim as well. Just pull out and it's held on by a clip. There's the clip. Now the only thing that's holding onto the door is the cable and the wire harness right here. To remove the cable, you just remove it from there, unclip it from here, and then lift out. As for the harness, it's clipped right here, so you just press this and remove. Wiggle the connector out and it comes out. Go ahead and remove this light bulb. You're going to be working here for a while, so you want to remove the bulb so it doesn't drain your battery. Also remove the clip from the door panel. Once you remove the plastic piece door panel, make sure to remove this as well. It's held on by 2 Phillips screws. After that, pull the plastic cover away. And the door actuator unit is right here. Get your 10mm socket and remove this with your ratchet or power tool. Push this clip out. Remove the Phillips screws. Then unhook this piece, kind of bend it forward and out. See, there's a hook right here that hooks in like that. So you want to bend it and then pull it out. To remove the 3 bolts, I use a Phillips screwdriver or impact gun. Now if you find the 3 bolts hard to remove, what I use is an impact driver. What I do is I put it in here and then I turn it to remove, to loosen, and then I use a hammer and just hammer it away and create a dent so that I could remove it like that. So just be careful of stripping it like I did the first time. So I end up using an impact driver to hammer it in and create a dent for me so that I could use the impact driver to remove it. If you don't have any of that, I suggest you use a breaker bar to try to loosen this bolt. Next, if you see this rod, just pull it down and then bend it out of the way so that you have access to remove this unit. Now get your pick and pry it to remove the plastic clip off from the rod and then pull it out and then disconnect this connector make sure it's at an angle so you could pull it out. There you go. And then use a Phillips screwdriver. Unscrew this screw. Then get a flathead screwdriver and pry in the back right here. Push it up to remove the cover. Out of the way. And then remove this Phillips screw. And unsnap this plastic piece. And pull the cable out. And here's the unit. Alright, once you have the old part out, go ahead and take the new one out and compare. So what I noticed with the old one, it doesn't have any connector to plug into, but the new one does. But I don't think it will make a difference, so we're going to put it together. Now go ahead and put everything back in reverse. The new unit, make sure this piece right here, the gap, fits on or sit on this metal piece. Make sure it fits into the groove as well, because there's a groove in the middle of the plastic piece. There you go. Screw in place. Put the cable back into the slot. Snap the plastic clip in. Make sure to sit back into the metal piece. Push the cover on top in. Put the screw back in. Make sure this plastic piece is attached to this. And then it goes back in like that. Angle it in so it fits. Hook everything back into place. Now hold the unit and secure the 3 bolts back in place. Now put the rod back into place. Now for this rod piece, it's kind of a little tricky because you have to fit the bottom rod piece into that slot, into the slot hole right there. And it's a little tricky. Took a couple tries to make it fit, but once you get that one piece on the bottom fit into that groove, and then you push it up and it'll fit. This is going to take me a couple tries to fit it in, but eventually I'll fit it up. So I got it into place. Now I just have to push it up. There you go. Once you got the window track in place, you'll see that the hole aligns. After that, put this bolt back in. Tighten it down. Plug the connector back in. Snap it into place. Put the plastic cup lining in. Put this metal piece back in. Next, go ahead and remove any clip that is attached to the door and put it on the door panel. Next, put back your bulb. it back into the door panel, the hole. Snap the clip back in. Plug the connector back in. Put the cable back into its hole and snap it in. Also, make sure to put this back in its slot. Make sure it slides up on top into the weather seal of the window. You push down. Make sure everything's in place. Okay, now you push all the plastic piece panel in. Put this plastic piece cover back in. Now put the screws back on the door panel. Put the cover back in. Now the moment of truth to see if it works. You have lock and unlock. And it works. That is all.